Hello and welcome to this exciting tutorial. So in this tutorial, we are going to learn about AnyDesk. AnyDesk is a remote desktop software that allows users to access and control a computer or a device from a remote location. It provides a way for individuals or teams to collaborate, provide technical support, or access files and applications on a remote computer. Now, with AnyDesk, users can establish a connection between two devices over the internet, enabling them to view and control the remote desktop in real time. The software offers features like file transfer, keyboard synchronization, session recording, and remote printing. And it is available on various operating systems, including Linux, Mac OS, Android, and iOS. So to start using AnyDesk, you simply come to anydesk.com and then you click on downloads and then you choose the download that you would want. Is it for Windows? Is it for Mac OS, Android, iOS, Linux, FreeBSD, Raspberry, or Chrome? So in this case, I'll download for Windows. I click on that and then I click on download now. Now once the download is complete, I simply come to where the download has been saved and I double click on that to run AnyDesk. And then you notice we have a 9-digit code here, and this is the code that we are going to use to invite the second desktop. Now I'm now going to share the second desktop, and here it is. It also has its unique 10-digit codes. You notice this one may have 9 and this other one has 10-digit code. And so you have to install AnyDesk on both computers, and now it is open. So to invite, I'll click on invite here, and then here I'm going to give the code that is on the second screen. As you can see, 1007777063, and then I can decide on the profile here whether I want it to be a default, screen sharing, full access, or unattended. So if, for instance, if I select on default, you notice it gives us what default will have, and then screen sharing, and I have full access, and then we have unattended access. So let me click on full access, and this is what full access will give you: to hear the sound, control the device, keyboard and mouse. To restart my device is not given, and then you notice all the others are checked. If now I check on something else to just compare, screen sharing, and then you now notice all these are deactivated. I cannot hear my voice, I cannot control, all I'll have is screen sharing. So you choose the type of profile that you would want. For instance, I can choose full access or unattended access. So for unattended access, you notice this is all that I get, almost like full access. So unattended access, although it's different, has almost similar characteristics with the other one. So once I have changed that profile, I will now click on invite, and I want you to see what will happen on my screen too. You notice now we have two notifications here, the one for connect and connect here. So I can click on either or reject. So in this case, I'll click on connect here also. So now connection is in progress. You can see that on screen 2. And then now on screen 1, you notice we have gotten this request. As you can see, whatever I'm doing on screen 1, I can also see it on screen 2. And so let's start maybe looking at a few characters that we can deal with here. So if now I come to, let me minimize this. So if I want to chat now with the second computer, I simply come down here and I can type a message. So let me type the message: hi JoshNet's computer 2, and I click on send. just look at both screens. You notice it's also on screen 2, this message that I've sent. And I can also reply to that using the second screen. I simply come down here and then I just type the message and I click on send. And now you notice that I can control either screen 1 using screen 2. In this case, I'm actually now holding my second computer mouse, and as I drag it, you notice it's the same thing is happening on screen number 1. If I now come on session started, you notice the cursor is moving on the same way. If now I click on the first computer, I get 2 cursors. You see we have user and we have the other one, because now the 2 computers are connected. So next, I can also use file transfer, and then I can also transfer files in these computers. You now notice I can come here, I can access the file on this computer. You notice what I'm doing on computer 1 is exactly what I can also do on computer 2. So I can transfer a file directly from this to the other one. So that is another thing that you can also do with AnyDesk. You can transfer files. So you can also change the settings that you had established in the beginning. For instance, you notice here, we can allow the second computer to also have control. We can also allow it to use file manager. That is, it can also access file manager. Like you can see what I'm doing now. I'm using the second computer to actually access the first computer, and I can now access the file manager. Next, I can allow it to use clipboard. Now let me show you what I mean. If now I copy something from my computer, let me go to my downloads. If I copy this image for Rocket Lane, copy, I'm using computer 1, copy. Then I will now go to computer 2. Now you notice I'm using computer 2, although you may not see any difference because the cursor and the pointer are moving the same way. If I right click now using computer 2, I can paste that. And there it is. We have the rocket images here and we have a copy here. You notice now, with this feature, I can copy something from the first clipboard and I can allow the person who is on the other computer to paste that. So I've given access to that. The next item, I can allow to hear sound. So if I place something on computer A, this first computer, it can be heard in the second computer here. You notice it's almost the same thing. So you should be able to hear that in the second computer. So next, I can also allow it to hear a sound from the second computer. So if I play something from this computer, I can allow computer number 2 to hear that. Now, the same thing, I can allow the computer to record a session, basically to record the screen. And finally, I can also allow the computer to draw on the screen. You notice that here we have a tab that is not active. Now, to activate tabs on AnyDesk, you simply click on the tabs, or you come to here where we have the profile and you decide which tabs to activate or deactivate. For instance, let's say I want to deactivate the tab for hearing sound. I simply click on that and you notice it is now grayed out. That means the second computer cannot access the sound from my computer. I can also decide to deactivate use of clipboard from the remote computer, such that what I copy on my clipboard using the first computer cannot be accessed by the second computer. So to activate the tabs again, you simply click on them and they are back to activity. So that is how you use AnyDesk, and it is a great tool that helps in collaborating, maybe in a team where you can be working on the same files and maybe the files are stored on one computer and you are able to access those files remotely from the other computer. I hope this has been helpful about AnyDesk. Kindly like this video, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.